Welcome back, Lakers, to another episode of Laker News. I'm Maitland Moselle.
And I'm Abby Perkins. It's Sunday, November 12th, 2016. The 2016 election wrapped up on Tuesday with Donald Trump being elected as the 45th President of the United States. Before the election, both candidates hosted rallies in the Grand Rapids area, with Hillary Clinton visiting the Grand Valley Fieldhouse and Donald Trump speaking at the DeVos Place in downtown Grand Rapids. Another day, another dollar. Prices are increasing at the Grand Valley State off-campus apartments. Jacob Arvinson has more.
Welcome to Enclave.
Copper Beach.
Trio.
Each complex is making its unique pitch to GVSU students, but one thing is the same between them all. Lease prices are going up. Only Campus West's most popular unit didn't go up. Sophomore Heather Ewing is living in the honors dorms and is ready to move off campus, but is also very aware of the price increases.
I've kind of noticed that prices have been going up as the years come by, so I think it's important to find a place that I really like and find a place that I'm willing to stick to for the next couple of years, so that hopefully I can get grandfathered in and not have to pay higher rents as the rents rise.
Trio, the complex on the corner of Pierce Street and 48th Avenue, makes an effort to make payments as stress-free as possible for its residents.
We have 4 payment options people can do, and we formulate them around GVSU's school.
Trio is one of the only complexes willing to let its residents wait for financial aid if they need it to pay their rent.
It's a little bit more open, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Some students, like Ewing, are set on bringing along a furry friend to live with them.
I have a dog. Her name is Molly, and she is the light of my life. And I just really am looking for a place that will allow me to have her with me.
Enclave, tucked away behind Main Street Pub on Lake Michigan Drive, wants to make having a pet as easy as possible.
We actually are a pet-friendly community. The only thing we ask is just you pick up after your pet if you're taking them for a walk. So to actually help the residents out, we actually added doggy stations. So if you're taking your dog out for a walk, you can actually just grab a bag. That way you don't have to go all the way home, get a bag, then come back out and pick it up.
When it comes to being pet-friendly, Enclave goes above and beyond. They built these pet waste stations to help you clean up after your dog if you're taking it for a walk. 4-person living option is the most common among GVSU students. Ewing is no exception.
I have 3 girls that I really love and want to live with, and so if we can find a place that all 4 of us can be together, that's definitely preferable.
Only Evolve doesn't offer a 4-person option, so to narrow it down, most students look at utility prices. Copper Beach has gained a bad reputation for high electric costs, but it meets these concerns head-on.
The biggest concern is our reviews that we have online about high electric, so that's usually the #1 concerns. I just try to explain, you have to use your mind on it. If you're someone that sleeps with the TV on all the time at night, you're gonna pay more.
Another deciding factor is recreational activities and comfort features. Copper Beach is installing tanning booths. Enclave is building another clubhouse. And then there's 48 West, whose most popular living option only increased by $5 this year. To appeal to prospective tenants, they're building a brand new burger joint right behind me here across from the leasing office, as well as a brand new fitness center in place of the current theater. Different people will have different preferences. As Ewing explains, moving off campus means living more like an adult.
But next year I'm looking to get off campus, just to have a little bit more freedom and kind of feel like I'm on my own and like I'm a real grown-up.
Even though the leasing prices are just being released by all the complexes, spaces are already filling up fast, meaning it's decision time for GVSU. In Allendale, I'm Jacob Arvidsson.
To make the decision tougher, a new living option called The Lodge is being built next to Meadows with competitive pricing and brand new features.
It seems you can't turn on the news anymore without hearing another story of police brutality. That's led to a group of concerned citizens at Grand Valley State University to do something about it. Jordan Schulte has the story.
Searching for answers to the ongoing problem of police brutality, a group of officers, students, and faculty have formed a panel to discuss possible solutions.
And then we just talked about our experiences being in the underrepresented culture and like how we feel when it comes to police and how they feel when it comes to underrepresented people.
The panel included officers from both Grand Rapids and Grand Valley State University police departments.
Philosophy that we want to make it better. So I speak very personally from Grand Valley Police Department's perspective as well as my own personal perspective. I want to affect change. I want to make it better.
While GVPD hasn't had any issues with police brutality, there have been numerous allegations against officers in Grand Rapids. GRPD officer Terry Dixon spoke at length about the force's efforts to improve relations with its citizens.
What we're trying to do is just get to know the people that we serve and allow them to get to know us.
Dixon detailed several programs GRPD has implemented to achieve this goal.
The city of Grand Rapids has developed what we call a 12-point plan. And that 12-point plan was adopted to strengthen police and community race relations, but also to bring together the foundational leaderships of the citizens and the community and kind of be a cohesive network with agents of the city and also law enforcement itself.
Chief Freeman said GVPD is also involved in several programs intended to build trust within the community.
Well, we have 3 officers that are designated specifically as community police officers. They spend a great deal of time in the student life areas, whether that's the Living Centers or Kirkhoff Recreation Center, Connections, just trying to connect with students, listen to what they have to say, really relationship build.
For many students, the sight of squad cars like this one means safety, but for some, it genuinely strikes terror into their hearts.
I've actually had people roll down one of the windows, like Officer Dixon said, roll down one of the windows and everything, turn the lights on, had their hands up like, I'm not touching nothing, I'm not touching nothing, and still get snatched off the car for no reason.
Other panelists expressed doubts about local police departments' efforts to curb police brutality. African American Studies professor Lewis Moore said officers on the streets of Grand Rapids are a far cry from the friendly protectors described by Dixon and Freeman.
Because when they go out on the street and they're on Division and they're on Hall Street, they're not giving out ice cream cones. They're looking for people and they're looking for a specific person, right?
The specific person police are looking for frequently tends to be black. A 2015 ACLU report found that African Americans are more than twice as likely to be searched during a traffic stop compared to white people.
These officers, for some reason, are afraid, and they're afraid because this history in America has criminalized that black body. And somehow we have to push past that in our society to get past this idea that to see a black person is to see a criminal.
Moore argued that the key to improving community relations with the police is increased economic opportunities for minorities.
If we're talking about improving our relations, then we have to have a conversation about improving our economic situation, right? We have to have these kind of conversations about access to work, right? Access to capital, which is so hard to do in Grand Rapids.
While the panelists were rarely in complete agreement, Brandon Fitzgerald, the events coordinator, said conversations like these are vital.
And I really felt that it would be more powerful to not just have police officers talking about what they're doing, but also have community members, a faculty member, a staff member, and a student who have experience on campus and who have experiences that maybe aren't that nice to say.
Fitzgerald said his committee plans to use some of the panel's findings to help create community building events with GVPD.
In Allendale, I'm Jordan Schulte.
According to the Washington Post database on police shootings, over 800 people have been shot by officers so far this year.
Here's Sierra with sports.
Thanks, guys. The number 2 ranked football team played their final game of the regular season as they traveled to take on Wayne State. The Lakers came away with a 24-21 victory and finished the season undefeated. The men's basketball team played their first 2 games of the regular season this weekend. In their first game, they traveled to Missouri to take on Quincy University. Despite having 4 players reach double figures in points, the Lakers fell to the Hawks by a score of 79-71. In the second game, they played University of Missouri St. Louis. The Lakers lost a close game by a score of 56-51. Justin Greason led the Lakers with 13 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists. The women's basketball team also took on Quincy University in their first game. The reigning Final Four contenders started the season strong with an 83-45 win over the Hawks. The Laker volleyball team finished up their regular season with 2 games against Northwood and Hillsdale. The Lakers took the match of the weekend in a 3-0 sweep of Northwood. In the second match, they lost to Hillsdale 3-1. The women's soccer team will be hosting Missouri St. Louis today in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Good luck, Lakers.
Thanks, Sierra, for sports.
Be sure to join us next week here on Laker News.
Have a great week and go Lakers.